Hello everyone, I am back with another video, and before we get started I want to say a massive thank you for everyone that has subscribed, tuned in to my channel, and all of that. By the time of this recording I am almost at 700 subscribers, and so I decided to do this, not one, not two, but a triple review of 3 figures, well, 4, since one is a 2-pack of 2 smaller figures. And this triple review is going to be for Siege Lionizer, Siege Pteraxadon, and the Earthrise Racetrack Patrol, which consists of Roller Force and Groundhog. Now, for those of you unaware, Pteraxadon is a new character, while Lionizer and the Decepticon Racetrack Patrol are original Generation 1 characters from the 1989/1990 toy line of Micromasters and Action Masters, with Lionizer being the Action Master partner to the Autobot Rad, and the Decepticon Micromasters and Roller Force and Groundhog being part of the original Decepticon Racetrack Patrol, which had 2 other members, Barricade and Motorhead. Yes, Barricade was a separate character than the Barricade we see nowadays. Now, the main gimmick with the Wolf Cybertron trilogy is weaponry, as the Battle Masters, which are some of the original Action Master and Target Master characters, turn into weapons for the larger figures to wield, while the weapon gimmick was simply incorporated for the Micromasters, which is rather pointless that the Micromasters have to transform into weapons, but then again, not much you can do. It was Hasbro's decision. So yeah, let's take a look at Lionizer first. As you can see, now this version of Lionizer is the inaccurate version, as there is an accurate version of Lionizer that comes in a Netflix Voyager class pack with a re-release of Siege Megatron in a more battle damaged deco, and has a more accurate paint job. But this Lionizer is essentially generic, as he's just black and gray, or silver or gunmetal, depending on the coloration on how you see it. Now, the articulation is simple, with ball joints for the front and hind legs. And one thing I like about the Battle Masters that isn't common with Micromasters is that they each come with their own unique blast effect. So, yeah, Lionizer here, I'll just get into the transformation, but he is rather detailed, with red eyes, a small painted Autobot symbol, with his alt mode of a weapon, with Lionizer transforming into a sword of sorts. I forgot the name of the sword, but it doesn't really matter. Transformation is simple. Fold back what is his tail, fold in his head to reveal the compatible port, then just fold up the legs. Like so. And here we have Lionizer as a sword. And of course you can put this slashing blast effect to make it look like a larger figure that is holding him is attacking his opponents. To demonstrate, let me bring out my Siege Hound for comparison. As you can see, they hold it pretty decently. even though Hound's hand is a bit loose, for a tighter fit, I'm going to use Kingdom Warpath, who I will have a review coming soon. I will have a review of Warpath coming soon, so stay tuned for that. So yeah, that's just yeah. So that pretty much covers Lionizer. Moving on to Pteraxadon, who is a new character for the War for Cybertron trilogy in the Generations line. He's pretty simple, as all small figures of this size are. As you can see, his robot mode is that of a Pteranodon, as evident by his name. He doesn't really have much going for him. He does have some painted red eyes and a painted crest on his head. The back of him is painted, although that's due to his alt mode of an axe. The legs are pretty simple, as they're just painted black, as with the rest of him just being a solid green. So yeah, there's not much going for him either. Transformation is also simple, just folding the wings, fold the legs, folding the head, and make sure to pull this handle part out. And here we have Pteraxadon as an axe, or if you use this combat system, if you use this post right here, compatible with any 5mm ports, you can use him as a blaster, as evident by this blast effect. This blast effect has an interior detail right here that just plugs into anything of that size. And speaking of which, let me bring out some of my other figures for a comparison that are compatible with this blast effect, such as the Siege/Kingdom Ultra Magnus mold. Let me bring in Warpath again for a comparison. Well, just to demonstrate the blast effect. Let me bring in Siege Hound for this demonstration as well. Now, only figures with this size for blast effects is compatible with this. So yeah, you all get the gist. Now, there are effect ports on either side of his wings that you can use. And like I said with Warpath, I will have a review for Kingdom Ultra Magnus coming up soon. Stay tuned for that. I will bring in my Earthrise Optimus Prime to show off the demonstration on how he can hold him, as Pteraxadon did get re-released. Well, not re-released, redecoed into a new character named Anorax that came in a battle pack with the Netflix Optimus Prime, which was a redeco of Earthrise Optimus without the trailer, both two Battle Masters, one of which being the Pteraxadon mold. So as you can see, that's how that works. So that pretty much covers the Siege Battle Masters. Onto the Micromasters. Now obviously I do forget to show off the packaging in these videos, and that is sometimes as you can see, product shots for these figures, and showing the figures that they are compatible with, as you can see. Moving on to the Micromaster Racetrack Patrol Decepticons. Now, as you can see, the back of the packaging has their name switched. The blue guy is Groundhog, and the pinkish light blue guy is Roller Force. So, yeah, their names are switched around because of Hasbro. Don't know why, but it's a thing that they did. Don't know why they did it, but that's just to clear up the confusion, in case those of you unfamiliar with these characters were confused. Taking a look at these two together, they're pretty much your simple sports car Decepticons with Groundhog having some red flame decal on his hood. Unfortunately, Hasbro skipped out on painting his headlights, which are hard to make out. If you look on the packaging, the lights are there, but they are unpainted on the finished figure, which kind of sucks. The engine is the smokestacks from the engine are picked out nicely in silver or gunmetal, depending on how you look at it. The windows are individually painted. He's basically just hiding under his alt mode, which isn't a surprise. Same with Roller Force. He doesn't have any lights whatsoever, so I'm not complaining with him. Transmission, like these guys, is simple into robot modes. For Roller Force, just split the legs. Well, no, split the arms. Take what becomes legs. Fold out this back piece. Extend the legs. Fold this back section down. Split the legs and robot mode. Same with Groundhog, simple transmission as well. Just take the arms, fold back this part, then fold out the legs. Now, as you can see, transmissions are simple, but then again, that's the whole deal with the Battle Masters and Micromasters. Articulation is also simple. They both have ball joints on their shoulders. They can rotate the full 360. Nothing for their heads, unfortunately. The legs can kick forward and back that far. Can't really do the splits. And due to the transformation, they do have knee bends. And waist rotation. Now, not all the Micromasters have waist rotation. So, it's nice to see that some, not all, but some have waist rotation. Now, the good thing about Roller Force is that he has heel spurs. Groundhog, on the other hand, doesn't really have heel spurs and sometimes just falls over. Sometimes Roller Force will fall over due to little to no heels whatsoever. In fact, some of the Micromasters don't even have heels, which leads to them constantly falling. So, yeah. Now, taking a look at Roller Force, he's pretty much a pinkish purplish color, with his head, legs, upper legs, and torso being blue, with a black painted crotch and a yellow-green face. Now you can't really see the eyes, but because the eyes are blended with the the paint on his face. You can't really see them, but at least Groundhog has better paint, as he has a silver colored visor, blue face with red helmet, red torso, black painted crotch, with the majority of him just being blue. So that pretty much covers them in robot mode. As for their transformation into weapon mode, see, what I like to do is rotate Roller Force at the waist, just to give something interesting to the transformation. So there you have him in his weapon mode. Moving on to Groundhog. Even I sometimes switch and confuse their names. Just closing the arms, fold down the legs, fold out this post, and there you have them in their weapon modes. As for their combined mode, which is supposed to be some sort of launcher or bazooka or something, the weapon mode is useless because the Micromasters never transformed into weapons. Bringing in my Earthrise Starscream as a demonstration. Similar to the Battle Masters, they are compatible. You can dual wield them, but I choose not to dual wield them because Roller Force is just his robot mode turned, well, I guess upside down, or just being. See, when you take off Groundhog, you basically just have the bigger characters hold Roller Force as if he was a puppet or ventriloquist dummy. At least Groundhog is doing something, as he just hides like this. You can dual wield them, but due to this guy being revealing, I prefer not to keep them split. So, yeah, that pretty much covers the demonstration. So, final thoughts. I'm pretty sure it's obvious that while I'm not a big fan of the Micromasters, especially due to their weapon modes, I'm only a fan of the Battle Masters because them transforming into weapons and coming with blast effects makes sense. And I'm more particularly fond of Pteraxadon because he comes with a unique blast effect, while Lionizer just comes with a generic slashing blast effect. Neither one of these figures is a bad figure. They're good on their own, especially when used by the bigger characters. So, yeah. Those are my final thoughts on what I think of these individually. Like I said, personally, I think Pteraxadon is my favorite due to his blast effect and him being a new unique character. I do like the original 1988/1989 characters. Then again, that's just me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this triple review of Siege, of the Transformers Generations, War for Cybertron, Siege Lionizer, Siege Pteraxadon, and Earthrise Decepticon Racetrack Patrol. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next video.